sides are a number of rooms like the size of ordinary living rooms today. Each cover 30 square. He goes on, according to the report, the cavern of artifacts, strange items, stated not Native American origin, walls covered in hieroglyphics resembling those from ancient Egypt and Tibet. In other words, they come from a lost and highly advanced civilization. Kincaid knew he needed help in digging in further. This was the craziest find maybe ever. But when he came out, it sort of ended it. He was never allowed back. The Smithsonian and whoever else they had connection with then actively suppressed evidence of his discovery. As to what they did with it, well, that's where we get the idea that the stuff was dead. Fast forward to more recent times, numerous hikers and tourists have reported strange sights. Mysterious lights moving erratically over the canyon and sounds emanating from its depths. Many witnesses describe glowing orbs that seem to emerge from the canyon itself. Others have spoken of sudden drops in temperature, coupled with overwhelming sense of unease, as if it was washed. Some have even ventured to places unknown by most, at which point they claim they've had military personnel in an unmarked helicopter descend upon them in threatening manner to the weather. Others have said they've come across signs that are officially listed as restricted out in the middle of the canyon. Now, why would that be? This rock isn't going anywhere. Why can't people walk along it? Former military insiders and whistleblowers say the Grand Canyon's home to at least one big installation of their own. Described as a network of subterranean tunnels, some of which are said to connect to other facilities across the southwest West. It's not just UFOs that are trapped within. It's also strange electromagnetic anomalies and energy sources. One theory as to why this place is so special in that way is because of the Grand Canyon geology. Its massive deposits of quartz and minerals would play a role in attracting the soil. Oh shit! Quartz is known for its piezoelectric properties, which means it can generate an electric charge. Perhaps the geological formation may add natural heat or why ancient civilizations in the first place. The military may have found a way to harness this energy, using it to power their bases or technology beyond our comprehension, just like we did before that. Number 4, Time Gap, Australia, Area 51. If you look at a map of Australia, you march right in the middle of the continent, with nothing but outback as far as the eye can see. No real towns or attractions to account for. Nothing but endless stretches of red sand and short rock. Which begs the question, why would anyone build anything out there? Let alone at night, okay. Now, you'll see good things with this. Tucked away right there in the red center of the land down under is a government facility called Time Gap. Because of its location, among many other odd things, this joint Australian-American installations have been nicknamed Australia's Area 51. While Area 51 is synonymous with mystery and safe, Time Gap might actually be the stranger. Now officially, Time Gap is listed as satellites. Other calm machine global intelligence gathering. Founded in 1970, the landscape facility located on is dotted with giant radar tubes. The CIA, NSA, and invested branches of U.S. defense apparatus use it to gain intelligence and intercepting communication across vast areas of the globe. The truth is, its purpose is far more complicated. Attention. Over the years, numerous eyewitnesses local yes, there are videos of lights streaming across the skies above that were captured. But have you ever seen or heard of this area? The late 1980s reports of such sightings really reached their peak. Multiple witnesses, including truckers traveling through the outback and food employees, claimed to see UFOs, not just distant lights, but structured crafts moving in and out of the vicinity of Pontiac. One local who worked as a maintenance contractor on the base described what he saw as a metallic saucer, smooth and seamless, as if the materials itself were alive. It hovered over the facility for a moment.
It's on to me.
Some people believe that yes, one that's radar system capable of tracking not only satellites but also unconventional aerial phenomena. Over the years, individuals who once had high-level clearance here have suggested the facility has a sudden range. Prominent Australian UFO researcher Phil Chalker shared accounts from former employees who spoke of restricted areas within Pontiac, sections of the facility where even high clearance personnel couldn't enter. These restricted zones, according to whistleblowers, were rumored to house technology from the United States, items that defy typical military organization. This place also has a direct link to Australia's own classified photos. In 2013, the Australian government released hundreds of documents detailing UFO sightings across the country. Interestingly, several of these reports mention lights and phenomena focusing on Australia, incidentally behind them.
Here we go again.
So, is all that merely a coincidence? Imagination is running wild about nowhere. It's fine, yeah. Hub. The technology is civilian. Number 3. Part of a sprawling white Patterson campus in Dayton, Ohio. Know this is that many witnesses military personnel and pilots who work at school in Patterson felt public stuff including metallic fragments and strange hieroglyphic markings, entire crafts suspended in seams even by biological aliens. One or two claims might easily be dismissed, but the sheer number of testimonies from people who seem to have no agenda other than telling the truth suggests that there might be something more Anglo-18 than wants the public to know. For example, according to Captain Oliver Henderson's widow, he confessed to transporting Requiem from bodies from Congo up to Anderson. Senator Barry Goldwater, who was a major general in the Air Force before becoming a senator, publicly acknowledged his attempt to gain access to the so-called blue line, though he was turned away, allegedly told in no uncertain terms that the rank staff was classified as far above his clearance level. The reason they call it the blue room is because they have multiple cryogenic storage units that made into a shield. And the reason they have those in there is because that's where they store all the human bodies. Over the decades, there have also been a significant number of extreme sightings around the place itself. After resurrection time, almost all of them are stories about flowing bodies, extreme bearing banks, and bizarre electromagnetic disturbances. For those who believe January 18 were the government that only hides aliens and technology, also works to reverse engineer it, especially found possible. The U.S. government, of course, is considering according to the official statements, nothing
There!
certainly not terrestrial. The Air Force has labeled the story as pure med. You did use this to replace our Why has there been such strict security developments? Why do credible people, military officers, engineers, and politicians, insist they've been denied access to parts of the base or seen something? And why do so many believe that Anglo-18 contains some secrets that would fundamentally alter our perception of humanity's powers? Perhaps because it's true. Number 2, we already have established. On the outside, already have Stafford, invasion, operations, flight equipment and support forces, special. However, this is the most bizarre concentration of wood yet in the entire world. It would take one to determine that quarter of class to eventually unlock itself. Eventually, expose the pattern of sightings that spans decades. All of them are connected, already with Staffordshire. While sightings happened often enough, the real inciting incident of this whole mystery was discovered on August 24th, 1949. That evening, a group of servicemen stationed at the base reported seeing a triangular craft silently gliding across the sky. According to the official report, the object had no visible limit of propulsion moved by the sound. Wings is described as being nearly the size of a commercial airline. Two bright lights. It hovered over the base for several minutes, having plenty of time for people to observe it. The strangest part of all is that while they were literally looking at it, this radar showed absolutely nothing. Another major report from February 2002 tells of an object seen in the shadow of military convoy making its way. The convoy carrying sensitive equipment, a routine route, the drivers and personnel following them, starting in and out of view. Attempts to communicate what they were seeing at the base usually lost. Staffordshire's control tower came on the screen once again, yet no idea what the convoy was talking about. And then, the Staffordshire flash, an event that happened in 2011. Multiple eyewitnesses outside of the military incident reported seeing what can only be described as a burst of blinding blue light in the base, followed by a pitch vibrating. The light was visible for miles. Residents began to call emergency services thinking an explosion. However, by the time responders arrived, it was another time. Fires, damage. In regards to this, the base official statement, the The event near Roswell. Now these were just a few incidents of many. The sighting or not for airplanes, several people get information about what was going on in the last. It took some time, but eventually they got it. Files containing reports of show us the official story, the one that says UAPs are misidentified planes, weather balloons, or overactive imaginations. Simply,
I can still get the upper hand.
In Newfoundland, it's the often brutal colonies of the easternmost province. Iron mines, some part of the underground network, a series of UFO complexes scattered across the entire Originally, back in the early 1900s, these mines were booming, and they had a role in the economy. As the decades passed, the mines were slowly exhausted. Now, as they move around on even dwindle, disappear completely. That's where the conventional story ends, the story begins. As the theory goes, in the late 1970s, UFO sightings were peaking around the world. An unusual uptick in strange activity was reported around these abandoned mountains. Fishermen along the Iowa coast with strange lights coming from the cliffs at night.
It's spreading.
Hikers
The corrupted machine.
compasses go haywire in the area.
They're everywhere.
Bizarre mechanical noises coming from supposedly condemned tunnels. Noises that sound like abandoned. One particular testimony, why people are questioning the real purpose of this location, comes from two young brothers back in mine back in 1993, working nothing with a flashlight, desiring to do something to pass the time. They had heard the rumors, of course, wanted to do a little amateur investigation. They walked into one of the open shafts, past old rusted out rails and bins, and headed down into the darkness. While most people would have turned around at some point just out of sheer exhaustion, they had nothing better to do. Left here or right there. At some point, they stumbled upon a line from the board in the shaft. On this one, it didn't look like anything in the line of construction. It was steam, reflective, almost humming energy. Behind the sound was very much non-functional. They tried to open it, the flashlight flickered, and they claimed they heard a low voice that seemed to echo from very wrong around them, urging them immediately. They took that warning seriously and ran out as fast as they could. Since that night, they both sworn they weren't alone in those tunnels. And they described the feeling of being watched and being pursued out of the room. But by what exactly, never said. They reported their findings to local authorities, but These were kids, so it was brushed off as a prank. And there was no way the police were going to wander down there and do this door, especially when the boys didn't say exactly how they got to it in the first place. Interestingly, though, within weeks, fencing put up around the mine, barn, and entry. Take a look at the history of the area. During World War II, some Allied ships were phenomenal against the coast. Crafts that moved at magical speeds to disappear in the landfill trace. The isolated landscape certainly makes the perfect location for hidden installations. The cold, remote expanses of the area are ideal for hiding, whether that's experimental technology, extraterrestrial crafts, or something more. So there were 5 secret alien bases around the world. Thank you so much for tuning in today. You all enjoyed it. Have a great day out there. Hopefully, see you in the next one.
When you choose to earn your degree online at Southern New Hampshire University, you're saying yes to new opportunities and to new adventures. You're saying yes to something big, something you've always wanted to do. If earning your degree is one of your goals this year, SNHU can help you get there. With low online tuition, no set class times, multiple term starts per year, you can set the pace that works for you. And save money along the way. Visit snhu.edu today to get started.
Roughly 40 years ago, WWE debuted a brand new show on network television called Saturday Night's Main Event. May of 1985, and they were in the very building where the very first episode took place, Nassau Coliseum, not far from where I am now, out on Long Island. A lot of WWE history in that building over the years. Back on NBC for the first time in many years, and as a long-time fan, I was more excited for this show than I was going into War Games a couple weeks ago. That's how excited I was for the retro feel, the throwback elements, the return of Jesse the Body Ventura to the broadcast team. I was very much looking forward to this show tonight for all of those elements. And it's a good thing I was, because now that the show is over and people are going to have a lot of opinions about the matches themselves, the outcomes of the various matches. Saturday Night's Main Event was very much like Survivor Series. The only thing missing were the 2 War Games matches. They played it safe. There were no title changes on the show. There were really no major angles on the broadcast portion of the show. We get some breaking news here in a second. And there's going to be a lot of people who are very upset about that. And I'm not saying that I wasn't disappointed by that, because I was. And I was hoping we would get at least one title change on the show. But if you look back at the history of Saturday Night's Main Event, it wasn't a show where you got a lot of title changes. Right? You would get the occasional one every now and then. But it was known for shooting major angles. A lot of major angles and turns happening on Saturday Night's Main Event over those many years. I was hoping for something like that tonight. And the closest thing we got was an angle that actually took place off the air. It was something that didn't even air on the actual show tonight. It just felt like a glorified house show, because it was. Saturday Night's Main Event was a glorified house show.
Not much gets past them.
Oh, bitch!
A replica belt off of WWE show. You know, I was hoping I know they'd have to make a new one with the new logo and everything. Just kind of hoping they'd go back in their warehouse and grab one of the old Ring Worn belts and go out there with that. I mean, I could just look at the title and tell. They just say, hey, go to the warehouse where we got all the WWE shop stuff. Just go grab a Winged Eagle replica. Doesn't even have to be the nicest one. We got to give it to Cody for Saturday Night. But even still, I was very happy to see him get that championship. No title change. I was hoping. I didn't think it was going to happen because that's why I picked Cody in my predictions. But I was hoping to be wrong, and I was hoping Kevin Owens would pull out a shocking win on this show, and he would leave Long Island as the WWE champion. Shake things up a little bit, make Cody chase for it, there's Randy Orton wins all this when he gets back, right? All these questions now. And I would have been happy for Owens also just to get that moment. And they didn't do that. We also got no Randy Orton return. I thought tonight might be a perfect time for him to show his face, and he wasn't on the show either. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer to get his return. Although, given what happened after the show now, we know why. When the show was over, Cody was in the ring. This is what you miss. Cody was in the ring. He was celebrating with the Winged Eagle Championship, and Kevin Owens attacked him from behind. And Kevin Owens has every right to be upset because Cody cheated. Even though Kevin introduced a chair into the match, the chair factored into the finish. Cody, in a Cody cutter, gave him a crossroads, and then pinned him with crossroads on the belt. Referee didn't see it. There's so many ref bumps in this match. I thought for a second I was watching the Jeff Jarrett main event in the TNA case. That's how Cody retained the championship. So Kevin Owens, I'm not going to let that stand. He attacked Cody from behind when the match was over. And this was all over the air. And he gave him not just a pile of rubber. He made up for the pile of rubber he gave to Randy Orton that looked like shit. He gave him an old school Kevin Steen package pile of rubber. Right in the middle of the match. Spiked him right on his head. And left with the Winged Eagle Championship, which is now in possession of Kevin Owens. I don't think bodes very well for the future of said replica Winged Eagle belt. But he left with the championship. Not only did he leave the championship, he got into a bit of a tiff with Triple H on his way back. Triple H came out. He gave him a shove a few times. And was very hot, very angry about what happened, and ordered him to the back. So Triple H said he wasn't very happy. It's a heavy angle. And I don't think it was a case where they ran out of time. I think it's very similar to Bad Blood. How did this all kick off? It kicked off with an off-air angle that got people talking on social media. Millions upon millions of views. Kevin Owens attacking Cody Rhodes. That's what he was. They wanted to get people talking. Apparently, WWE already posted the video up on their Facebook page. This will be shared like wildfire and will get millions and millions of views in the next 20 hours. This is what they will be talking about. But it would have been nice to get that angle on TV. That would have been in the vein of the old Saturday Night where you shoot a major angle on the show. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see it as part of the actual broadcast. But both the men's and the women's world champions also walked out with their championship belts. No title change there, so it's on to the challengers for Luther, whoever that's going to be. And for Liv Morgan, we already know who that's going to be. And that is Rhea Ripley. You know that match. I think that if you watch throwback elements, I think probably in the show retro elements. I thought for sure. But they even did this in 2006. When they rebooted Saturday Night's Main Event, they brought it back. They had, I think, Shawn Michaels and Shane McMahon on that first show. Even then, they had the backstage interview after I was just
That'll help.
Ryan Seacrest.
That's it.
Safeway.
I'm already gone.
Make sure you set aside time for self-care. Now through December 31st, shop each store online. Participating self-care products and get time makes it useful to staff on future grocery and gas purchases. Stock up on self-care favorites like Pantene shampoo, Gillette Fusion, and Cove Line razors. Tampax tampons, Aussie face hairspray, and Amber Swaddler's diapers. Offer ends December 31st. Restrictions apply. Promotion rate vary. Visit Safeway.com for more details.
So, again, I like that.
My turn.
You have the red, white, and blue ring roads, which I think they should bring back in the $9 story. Even if it's just for pay-per-views, I don't give a shit. It's just, it just looks great. Bring back the old red, white, and blue ring roads. They have the block logo, the old block letter logo. Obviously, it said WWE, it said WWE. They had that on their logos. And the referees, dressed in the old school powder blue shirts with the black bow ties. They did that also when they used to have those episodes of Old School Raw. Remember they used to do those? I think those started around 2010.
That hurt it.
Only the main event, that's all he really had to do. Otherwise, he was one of the hosts of the show, the intro testing. And clearly they had prepared remarks for him to reveal, which is understandable because he doesn't know fuck all about the product. You think Jesse Ventura is sitting at home, blah, bunch of remarks, and we give you fucking word.
Out of ammo, but not out of ideas.
Well, and I'm looking forward to seeing him and hearing him on future broadcasts because if you're not aware, he's going to be part of every single Saturday Night's Main Event coming up. Look at the next one coming up on the 25th. The show opened with Joe Tessitore. He was checking in, kind of a cold open, while they showed a shot of the New York City skyline, followed by a shot of Nassau Coliseum outside, which is where tonight's show took place. And then they went into the proper intro to the show. They showed an old CRT television and somebody flipping through the channels. So they landed on Saturday night's main event, and of course they spliced in highlights from the original years, the early years of the show, classic moments. A lot of them usually. Jesse Ventura on the call, no Vince McMahon, which is not a surprise. I am thankful that at least on their bulk channel on YouTube, they're not editing out Vince from, commentary, which would be damn near impossible. It really is. It's impossible. I mean, you'd have to leave out so much of their back catalog if you did that. But they weren't going to air his voice. They weren't going to show him on TV, which is understandable. So we didn't get any classic Vince and Jesse content here.
Heavy.
We get into the
It's hard, too.
Emotion Obsession music for the opening montage, which had all of the current talent. Obviously, going to update the intro for the modern day. So then in the arena, they had a special, it's like a platform, basically. It was a special stage that was set up kind of in the back of the arena. And Joe Tessitore was there. And he introduced us to Jesse the Body Ventura. And this is kind of how, if you think back to the early days, that's how it was with Vince and Jesse, right? They were on some kind of a platform or an elevated staging that was a little higher than the crowd. And they would introduce the show. They would introduce the show, and they would, run down the matches. Jesse would heel on McMahon and his toupee, all of that. All of that. So he loved making fun of things. So they were the hosts of the show. Joe, by the way, was dressed up in his black tux with a red bow tie. Oh, shit. Mean Gene Okerlund. It's too bad Mean Gene's not around anymore. I would have liked to have seen him be a part of the show in some way. I think that would have been appropriate. We did not get Mean Gene, obviously. Ventura, he was wearing a trademark feather boa. He had a snakeskin jacket on, and he told the crowd it's been 40 years since he has been in WWE. Well, I mean, roughly 40 years since the first Saturday Night's Main. It'll be 40 years next year.
Got it.
Hard to believe. But again, he still got that voice. And he said a few words. He questioned whether Cody was actually the son of Dusty Rhodes. He mentioned Cody having actual abdominal muscles. Dusty had abs. He didn't have the Cody physique. And Jesse said that Cody would end up like a one-legged man in the Friday, where Kevin Owens would have the same time. At that point, Joe threw it over to Michael Fulton at ringside, who was joined by Pat McAfee, who got an answer. Not seen Pat once. up for the opening match. Take on Sami Zayn. Thank you, Pat is a huge. Well, yes, I know Pat is a huge fan. I am aware that Pat is a huge fan. Now, I was wondering if he was always a huge fan. Like as he was growing up. That's what I'm not sure. Thank you, by the way, to people still filing in on a Saturday night. We're going to talk about that shock angle I mentioned in the title of the stream tonight. We get to the main event a little bit later on.
Handy.
And just checking some stuff here to see what the updates are. Coming out of the show tonight. We're pretty much caught up on all the news. Tell you, man, they keep shooting these off-air angles. Stuff happens. Hard to keep track sometimes. Now, this match here with McIntyre, this match was not originally planned for the show. This match was originally going to be Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. And the two of them were going to blow off their feud on this show, probably with the Seth Rollins in, I would assume. Reed obviously got hurt in War Games. He broke his foot coming off the cage. Just had successful surgery the other day. He's going to be out for some time. So, in its place, they called Drew McIntyre back earlier than originally expected. And we ended up with this match here on the show. Zayn sent McIntyre to ringside early, and greatly impressed.
Makes us a little lazier.
Drew came back a few moments later, and he hurled Sami out of the announcement. So that's for a commercial. Sami and Drew McIntyre charging in first. Sami went to the Drew kick. McIntyre cut him off. So Drew points to setting up the right points. Sami countered out of it into the sunset bomb, got a hot near ball out of it. McIntyre stuffed the Blue Thunder Bomb attempt. He dropped Sami with a Glasgow kiss. Then he counted down with a Claymore kick, and he went for the kick, but Sami cut him off with a kick of his own. And then followed up. Finally hit the Blue Thunder Bomb, got a good near ball. He was setting up for his finish. McIntyre rolled out to the floor, so Sami followed up. No. Drew got back into the ring, so when Sami got back into the ring,
So much for being careful.
Kick, and just like that. And Michael Cole pointed out on commentary the fact that Sami Zayn has never beaten Drew McIntyre one-on-one. He is still searching for that first win. They had a nice 10-minute match. This is one of those matches on this show tonight that could have benefited from having more time. I think this match could have definitely benefited from having another, I'd say, 5 minutes or so. But they were pressed for time. You had 2 hours and you had other championship matches. This is not a title. Multiple championship matches yet to come. McIntyre is clearly targeting members of the Bloodline, and more specifically, it appears he is targeting the people on that War Games team at Survivor Series. When this match was over, Drew posted a video on his Twitter account as he was walking back from the match, and he said, 1 down, 4 to go. The 1 down is Sami Zayn. Who's the other 4? Jey Uso?
The sculpture must be of beneath
Jimmy
me.
Uso, right, who we attacked on Friday. That's 2. Well, the other 2 members of the War Games team were CM Punk himself and Roman Reigns. Now, is he going after CM Punk again? Is he referring maybe to Roman Reigns, maybe and Solo? No, maybe both. We don't know. We don't know who the other 4 are. But 1 down, 4 to go. Now, I mentioned this on the SmackDown stream last night, that we have Tribal Combat now, official for January 6th on Netflix. It's going to be Roman Reigns against Solo Sikoa. Depending on which way they want that match to go, it completely depends on whether they want Roman winning or not. I can see Drew McIntyre getting involved and costing Roman Reigns a win against Solo Sikoa. costing Roman Reigns something near and dear to him, the way that he and the Bloodline cost him the championship 2 years ago in Cardiff in Clash of the Castle. Are they setting up a match maybe for Saturday night's main event next month? Or maybe even WrestleMania between Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre? I don't know about WrestleMania, but it seems to me like we're heading in the direction of that match at some point. 1 down, 4 to go. Trying to see, I don't think the, I know we had a bunch of super chats that came in. They're not showing up for some reason, so I'm trying to figure out why. They're through. They're coming through, and I'm going to read them later. But why they're not popping up on screen, I have no idea. I don't know. Keep them
This
coming.
must be Pitchcliff.
Keep them coming. We're about
Murad's
halfway
agent should be at the marketplace by now.
For the next match, they cut to ringside, and they showed some legends who were in attendance at the show tonight in the front row, including Tito Santana. Now have you know. Tito Santana is another name from my childhood. Tito was always, he's very reliable.
No sign of Murad's guy.
Right?
had
Nobody
plenty
ever
of time
really
to
looked at
investigate.
Tito as like a main event
We'd better
guy.
look for him.
Although at one point in the early 90s, he was under
Glad
consideration
someone was
for
here to
the
stop the
WWF
carnage.
championship. He was on the list. You know, he was on the list of names being considered for that spot. Tito was a great worker. And Tito Santana had one of the greatest matches in the history of Saturday Night's Main Event in 1990 against Mr. Perfect for the Intercontinental title. But Tito's first appearance on Saturday Night's Main Event was in October of 1985. He was the champion, and he was defending the IC title on that show against the Macho Man Randy Savage. Also in the front row with Tito, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, who does not age. This man is the ageless wonder. 80 years old. Can you believe this? 80 years old. He's got an incredible, he's got a better tan than I've ever had in my entire life. God bless him. I mean, you don't really hear any bad stories about Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart's a quality guy. Very rare. There are people seemingly in the wrestling business where nobody has anything negative to say. Nothing. He was there, and the other person also in the front row they showed is this guy, Rich Herring. Now, Rich Herring is someone that you probably do not know. I barely know him. I remember he got the Warrior Award at the Hall of Fame ceremony a few years ago. He retired, I think about a year ago, from WWE. 50 years he worked in the company in various areas behind the scenes. He was not on air. But for half a century, he worked for that company, so they acknowledged him on the air as well. Well, and up next, we had our first championship match of the night, which was Io Sky challenging Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. This is another one of those matches where I was hoping we would get a title change. We weren't going to get a title change in the main event. Oh, well, especially after that little tease of Rhea on Monday night. Love to see Io Sky get the nod here, win the championship. Let him blow off Rhea and Liv as planned. Then build to Rhea and Io at WrestleMania. I suppose we still could get it, but Io could go in as a challenger and not the champion. So I was hoping. Both women ended up on the apron. Liv went for a sunset bomb. Io, though, held onto the ropes and kicked Liv, who was on the floor. And Io followed that up with an Asai moonsault, which took us into the commercial break. Io hit Morgan with a suicide dive coming out of that break and rolled Liv back inside and hit her with a springboard missile drop kick. Liv came back, hit a code breaker for 2. Io then hit 3 straight German suplexes. She rolled through each one into the next. Then she tried a springboard move from the ropes, and she slipped. Now, it could have been worse. She could have slipped and she could have face planted. She didn't face plant. She tripped and then she stumbled a little bit. And Liv just dropped her with a code breaker for 2. Io came back though and drilled Liv with a knee strike to the face. Holy shit. She drilled her flush. Right in the face. And after that, Liv had a little bit of blood coming out of her nose, and then trickling out. It wasn't like she broke her nose and she was, gushing blood or anything like that. They showed a slow-mo replay of it, and she caught her pretty good. But then Io delivered double knees in the corner to Liv. Io went up top. She tried for her finish. And over the moonsault. On her way down, though, Liv got her feet up. Morgan followed with Oblivion, and then sparked in clean to retain the championship. Liv Morgan beats Io Sky clean to retain the title. How she didn't break her nose, I'll never know. According to Mike Johnson, PW Insider, she was okay. No broken nose, which is good. I don't know how. But it's too bad, too, because, Rhea, she ditched her face mask at Survivor Series. Otherwise, if she still had her mask, and if Liv needed a mask of her own, we would have had mask versus mask in their next match. But I guess now we don't have to worry about that. So Morgan was leaving with Raquel and with Dominic, and they made it as far as the stage, right in front of the entranceway, when Rhea Ripley's music hit. She slowly sauntered out. She ended up doing a stare down face-to-face with Morgan, who held up her title. And clearly they are setting up the next match. Hopefully the final match between the two of them. The match here was good. It was a good match. We had that unfortunate slip there at the end by Io. This was not as good as the opener. I would have loved to have seen a title change here. We didn't get one. Obviously, they want the title on the line. The next Rhea and Liv match, which I understand, January 6th on Netflix. It just seems like the right place to do that match. That's still 3 weeks away. I mean, how long do you want to wait? You wait until the next Saturday night's main event, dude. That's 6 weeks. All right, the Rumble's 7 weeks. WrestleMania is even longer. How long do you want to wait? January 6th on Netflix. That should be the time. That should be the time. I don't know what Io's chances are of winning the Royal Rumble. I don't think they're great. With Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch coming back soon. But she deserves to at least be in the conversation.
When you choose to earn your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University, you're saying yes to new opportunities and new adventures. You're saying yes to something big, something you've always wanted to do. Earning your degree is one of your goals this school year. SNHU can help you get there. With no online tuition, no set class times, multiple term starts per year, you can set a pace that works for you. And save money along the way. Visit snhu.edu today to get started.
Hey there, it's Ryan Seacrest for Safeway. This holiday season, make sure you set aside time for self-care. Now through December 31st, shop in-store and online for participating self-care products and get 4 times points to use for discounts on future grocery and gas purchases. Stock up on self-care favorites of Pantene Gel, Gillette Fusion, and
Destroy the town.
Tampax Tampons, Aussie Base Hairspray, and Pampers Swaddlers Diapers. Offer ends December 31st.
How can we stop that from happening again?
Visit Safeway.com for more details.
Now they follow that up, the Women's World Championship with the World Heavyweight Championship. And Gunther defending his title against Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Balor walked out with a bag over his head. And JD
We'd still be fighting for our lives if someone hadn't stepped in.
McDonough at his side. And he didn't stay out there for the match, he retreated to the back. The two of them are losing their tag team titles to the War Raiders on Raw this Monday. Michael Cole, when Damian Priest came out, Michael Cole mentioned Priest being a New York Yankees fan. And how events beat them out to bring Juan Soto to Queens. See, I just love that he gave me an excuse to bring that up again.
Will the attacks keep coming?
So it's true. So then Gunther came out, and I kind of alluded to this.
Why
earlier.
did this have to
It's
happen?
a very narrow aisle, right? The fans, they're right on top of you. The only thing that didn't really make it totally old school were the cops on either side of the talent.
What a nightmare.
We didn't have that. But he comes
Will the attacks keep coming?
down. The champion comes out. And he, like, if you could
Is no
define
place safe?
in a single image the expression, don't fucking put your hands on me. Like, don't touch me. This would be it right here. He kind of threw his hands up, didn't want to be touched. I mean, I don't blame him. Fucking Long Island, but didn't want to be touched by anybody.
fresh from
Just
the
wanted to
forge.
get to the ring. So
A
we
little more
started
dirt
off
on
with
you,
Gunther
and even
Priest.
you
They were
passed for
teeing
an
off
ounce
on
round.
Balor, and Priest took over. Took out Gunther with a
Miracle he
dive,
survives.
over the top rope. That led us into the commercial break. The action picked up with Priest and Balor. They were duking it out in the middle.
I've
of the
had
ring.
about enough of the Karja.
Floored both men with double big boots in the face. Gunther trapped Priest in a.
If I can't
awesome
find
trap.
something, maybe my focus can.
That before Balor chopped the champion to break things up. We had Priest. who
Well,
was a
someone
spot
left here
statue
recently,
in the old
and they were in a
Undertaker
hurry.
old school spot. Only instead of coming off with a punch, he came off with a diving crossbody. Then Priest had Balor in position for Razor's Edge. Gunther stopped it. Looked for the power bomb. Balor took the spin down with sling blades. Gunther came back.
Has to be
and he
Murad's
locked
guy.
in the sleeper hold on Damian
Dervahl's
Priest,
thugs
and he
must have
looked like he
made
had
him.
out. Challenged for
Maybe
the
because
power
he
down,
found
they landed
something.
south with a choke slam.
Look at this.
Balor then snuck in.
I think he drew a map with his own blood.
Right. Those kind of maps, you know you'd better follow.
That might be Pitchcliff. He marked a spot to the
We
north.
had
Could be
up top,
Dervahl's location.
Balor's attempt
My
at
men
a
are waiting
cross
outside of
to
town.
stop
I'll grab them and
by
meet you there.
Gunther, who looked for a superplex. Priest, though, grabs Gunther in position for a Razor's Edge. Drops him down. Balor then immediately comes off the top with a double stomp on the champion. Had him beat. Priest is laying there, and at the very last second, he turns over, hits him with an arm in the back of the head, breaks up the pin. South of Heaven to Balor followed that. That pin was interrupted by Gunther. Now Gunther